It's time for Bulldogs football on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM and video live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. Bulldogs softball brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance, the Shelter Boys, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place and CT Troubleshooter, another round in River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, and Sand Hills State Bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Larry's Glass, the Dean and Event Center, Great Plains Health, Great Plains Home Care, Larry's RVs, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, and the North Platte Public School. Now let's take you out to the field with play-by-play voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in, everybody, here down Howard. It is time for McCook Bison's taking on North Platte High School Bulldogs in the fun old-fashioned game of softball. Bulldogs coming off of a huge invitational victory over the weekend that boasted them up to some pretty high, I don't want to say statistics, but some pretty high confidence, sweeping entire weekend, 3-0 at their own invitational. I look to carry that momentum here today, taking on a very strong McCook squad. Bulldogs, man, they look so powerful. They absolutely crushed Alliance 12-0, then beat Ralston 9-5 in the semifinal, and then beat Seward in the last game 6-1. Absolute utter domination out of the Bulldogs. Hey, we're going to take a quick little break here on the Quick Stop pregame show. We come back. It's almost time for the start of this game here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings with Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers when ordering 12 or more apparel items. They can customize literally anything, and they are not just an embroidery shop. Promotional items, banners, cups, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out the new owner, Robert, and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 at Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Swift Auto Center.
You're listening to Bulldog Athletics with Swift Auto Center of North Platte on KWOQ North Platte, 14 AM and FM 98.1.
This is the Bulldog pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Dow Howard. It is just around the corner to the start of this baseball game. Let us get to our Double Dips starting lineup on the side of your North Platte High School Bulldogs. Of course, Sienna McIntyre leading off as always. Brooklyn Dybert hitting out of the 2-hole here today with Tatum Montalongo batting cleanup. Skylar Bedlin who will be pitching today. Caitlin Aiden, then Macy Freeze, Lauren Horn, Jocelyn Niles, Hayden Hutchinson, and then Macy Putnam as the flex. And then on the side of McCook, Malia Hilker, he's going to be leading off with Danica Havlicek hitting next with Brooklyn Gillian, Kennedy Walker, Paige Bortner, Brittany Keene, Layson Keller, Abby Johnson, Izzy Renner, and then the flex, Riley Morgan. On the side of McCook High School, hey everybody, it's that time. We're actually just getting so close. Bulldogs again, of course, coming off of a huge Bulldog Invitational just over the weekend where they came in as the number 2 seed and were looking to just, I wouldn't say dominate, but put up a strong performance. Many people didn't think that the Dogs would be able to overcome because they had Seward. Seward was the favorite going in as the number 1 seed. And then, unfortunately if you're a fan of Seward, they fell to the Bulldogs here in the last game of that Invitational. Now on the side, so now for the Bulldogs, on the side of the Bisons, coming into today's competition, 7-12, who aren't I wouldn't say the strongest competition team overall. 7-12 is not the best record. They're looking to come in here and start a little bit of a turnaround on their season. The Bulldogs, I would say, who are 20-9 at the moment, 6-0 in district play compared to McCook. I gotta make sure I get all my stats realigned here, and blockers causing me the issues once again. That's what what they say. Don't put an ad blocker on, but I do. 0-2 in district play for District B. Of course, taking on the Dogs. We'll take another quick little break. We come back, we'll put you into the top of the first inning and the start of the game right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Taylor is not great at making decisions,
Please do not ever ask me to pick what to watch on Netflix.
which is why she likes Runza.
Oh yeah, I like my golden hot crinkle fries. I like my homemade onion rings and frings, which is when you get both together.
No tough decisions there. Now, do you dip them in ketchup or our homemade ranch?
How could you do this to me?
Sorry. Come get our famous fries, onion rings, or both today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Express AVL is your headquarters to make your sound system go from good to great. Express AVL has your mobile audio via solutions for your car, truck, boat, RV, and even your motorcycle. Need a backup camera or rear seat entertainment? Express AVL has you covered. Expert installation with top-of-the-line systems. Stop in today and check out all of their products to enhance your listening experience. Express AVL, 1108 Rodeo Road, North Platte. Express AVL, living loud.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. local service and same-day dispatch, free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
With lots of new and pre-owned vehicles, Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte is ready to help you get into the ride you've been dreaming of. Whether you want to buy or lease, find out for yourself what an enjoyable experience it is to do business with the staff at Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota also offers the Toyota Cares maintenance plans. Test drive a new Toyota today and like them on Facebook for what's new. Let's go places. Premier Toyota in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports. Post Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, here down our family stadium. Of course, thank you to Double Dips Ice Creamery for providing our starting lineups just a few moments ago. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte. Double Dips offers 24-plus different flavors of hand-dip ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones, bowls, along with homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Plus, they also have available the ice cream trailer for any of your outdoor adventures. 20-9 is the record for the Bulldogs, who are 6-0 in District A play, compared to McCook Community College, coming in 7-12 on the year. 0-2 in Oh, did I say college? Well, you know, I played college here a couple of days ago, so you know what? We're getting there. It's high school. I know if it was college, we were playing against a college team. That would be quite a step up competition-wise. But 7-12 for McCook High School. 0-2 when it comes out of District B play, giving up 140 runs compared to 108 of them that they score on their own. As down on the field, the officials and the umpires finally getting out of the field a little late here today. You know, don't want to say anything. It is a little toasty outside. It was pretty cool up here. Not much to worry about. As both sides are almost here ready to get underway. Again, it's a little toasty. It's going to get really cool the next couple of days, and actually for maybe the rest of the month, because it's going to rain for the next 2 days, essentially bring in that nice cool temperature, which I'm so excited for. And doesn't bode well, though, for the field, which, you know, has a little, I wouldn't say a little bit of trouble, but isn't really the best when it comes to holding in the water, unfortunately, for the side of the Bulldogs on this field. As you could have, if you were here for the tournament, knew exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, it was mighty tough for either side to get other way because two fields are completely dead. Looking to just get completely dried out. And in the end, though, they did, and we were able to get it underway while the Dogs picked up the big victory in that tournament, which was an invitational victory. It's always nice to get an invitational victory on your home soil, you know, your home field, your home dirt. It's always better that way, which is the men's crowd, a great crowd that came out to support the team. I wouldn't be shocked that wasn't shocked that they run the gauntlet. I was more shocked at the way they were able to run the gauntlet itself. You know, the Dogs have stretches of offense where it sometimes doesn't just come together, you know. Sometimes the Dogs will be able to completely dominate an opponent offensively through any sphere of the competition, but some days they'll just not really show up offensively. And man, boy, the Dogs did show up. The Lady Bulldogs did show up today, as they just, not today, but during that tournament, as they just completely, utterly dominated every single aspect of it offensively and through the pitching. That's really where I want to start off. Tatum Montalongo came in the last 1.5 games after Skylar Bedlin pitched a shutout in game number 1 against Alliance. Had a little more struggles against Ralston, giving up 5 runs in her, I think it was 2 2/3 innings of work. And then Montalongo came in for the last game against Ralston. And then in the championship match against Seward. And man, Montalongo just was lights out. No matter what she did, no matter where she wanted to go with the pitch, Seward as well as Ralston just could not find any sort of confidence in their ability to try to hit off Montalongo. And you know what? That just provided dividends for this Bulldogs team. And then also offensively hitting 2 home runs on that Saturday. One of them off of somebody's poor window, whoever it was in Seward who had that poor windshield getting cracked in. I'm so sorry. But Montalongo just hit an absolute drive into right field right off her windshield. And it just fortunately landed the wrong way. It is now time for our national anthem, and we will get to listen in to this national anthem right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
We honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red their arms bursting in, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Play ball.
That's right, everybody. It is time for some ball game action right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com. It is so certainly time for some softball. Bulldogs coming in here today, again, on the season, 20-9, 7-12 for McCook High School. Skylar Bedlin on the mound, so prepare for some, I think, the best stretch for Skylar Bedlin that we've seen all season. It came in the Bulldog Invitational just a couple of days ago. She threw a scoreless first game where she just was all over Alliance and just wasn't letting off the throttle in terms of just decimating any batter that just came up to face Bedlin. Excuse me. And then in game number 2, it was a little rougher in terms of, you look at the overall score. She gave up 5 runs in her 2 2/3 innings before Tana Montalongo came on. But I think overall that just boils down to how, again, tired she came in. And if you just really got rid of that Ralston game, you have to say she had a pretty spectacular weekend in terms of just the control. And normally that's been the problem with Skylar Bedlin all season. Is there's some innings in some games where she just doesn't seem to have command of her pitch and where it needs to really go in the zone. And because of that, she loses a little confidence and then tries to just pitch around, which leads to some walks and some easy base hits. But she pitched with immense confidence and control over it was Alliance in game number 1, and you could really just see she came out firing on all cylinders. And with a couple of days off, getting some rest, I'm expecting the same thing to happen here against McCook, as here comes first up to bat Malia Hilker for the Bisons.
Leading off for the McCook Bison, the center fielder, number 11, Malia Hilker.
Hilker leading off with Danica Havlick up next, and then Brooklyn Gillian adding cleanup 3-hole. As Bedlin looking into the sun, has to get the sign from the dugout. And here she goes with her first pitch in to Hilker. That one fouled back to the netting for strike number 1 from Bedlin. And if one of the big things that the Bulldogs are looking to do offensively today is just generate some great pop as there's Skylar Bedlin reaching in and reaching up for that line drive out as it was batted right back towards her. And with that immense long arms that she possesses, is able to reach up, grab that sucker out of the sky, and there's out number one here in the ball game for the Dogs as they took that first out with convincing fashion. So now here comes the next pitch into Havlick, and that should be in there outside ball number one to Danica Havlick. Now here comes the next pitch in. That one swung on and fouled to the netting. Strike number one. 1-1 is the count with one out following Havlick. It's going to be Brooklyn Gillian and then Kennedy Walker for the Bisons. Havlick showed bunt on the first pitch, but went swinging on the next one. That's in there down the middle. Strike number two. Skylar Bedlin off to a good start early on in this ball game. Looking very clean and actually just well rested overall. The 1-2. Slow roller back to Bedlin and on over to first. It's out of Brooklyn Diver's glove. A little too high from Bedlin. And with that, Havlick's going to get into second following the error. Havlicek on over with the error.
Brings up the shortstop, number 22, Brooklyn Gillen.
So Brooklyn Gillen will come on for the Bisons as Havlicek will make her way on over to second following the error. What was a routine out turned into disaster for the Dogs as that one falls in. Strike number one as Bedlin overthrew Dybert on over at first, and with that, there's a runner at second base with one out. Bedlin's off-speed squeaks in. Strike number two. Good rotation on that off-speed. It sunk on in. Strike number two. 0-2 the count to Gillen. The 0-2. That's way outside. Ball number one. Was thinking Gillen might chase on one. She didn't. So with that, 1-2 now the count. Havlicek on over. Second. The 1-2. Chipper right back to Bedlin on over easily. The first in time as Dybert's going to throw over to McIntyre at third, but Havlicek gets on over.
Brings up the second baseman, number 5,
to third. And now with that, Kennedy Walker now up to bat. Havlicek on over at third. And Bedlin still up to pitch. 10 total pitches overall as that one bounces out of Hutchinson's glove, but that's in there, strike number one. Havlicek still at third following Walker, Paige Bortner, and then Brittany Keene. Bedlin now with a advantageous count. 0-1. That's down low in the dirt. Ball number one to Walker. 1-1 the count.
There we go, thanks.
The Bulldogs looking to continue on their 3-game winning streak right now. Here comes now the 1-1. That's in there. Strike number two. 1-2 now the count. That one just along the edges and good pitch framing from Evan Hutchinson to get it to squeak in. Strike number two. 1-2 is the count. The pitch. That's way too high and outside. Ball number two. 2-2 is the count. Bedlin gets the sign. 2-2. That's down low again, right around the legs and the ankles. Ball number three. It's 3-2 now the count into Walker. Havlicek on over at third. 3-2. Slow roller on over to Freeze it short onto first. Going to pull Dybert off the bag. And that's going to go to the fence with that. On over goes Kennedy Walker to second with yet another error on over at first.
scores a run. Brings
One
up
run
the
will
third
come
baseman, number
across.
27, Paige Bortner.
Paige Bortner will come up now. McCook leading 1-0. 2 straight errors for the Bulldogs in this inning. Now one popped up, though. Driven towards center field. And going to be a nice glove from Lauren Horn out in center. And with that, that is how the inning will end. Though one run did come across on the side of the Bison. Hey, when we come back, more action here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
With lots of new and pre-owned vehicles, Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte is ready to help you get into the ride you've been dreaming of, whether you want to buy or lease. Find out for yourself what an enjoyable experience it is to do business with the staff at Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota also offers the Toyota Cares maintenance plans. Test drive a new Toyota today and like them on Facebook for what's new. Let's go places. Premier Toyota in North Platte.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Dow Hauer. It is now time for the Bulldogs half of the first inning as Sienna McIntyre coming up to bat for the Bulldogs as they're looking to strike back and get another run to come across as they're trailing 1-0 early on in this ball game. Bradley Morgan on the mound for the Bisons. Following McIntyre, Brooklyn Dybert, and then Tatum Montalongo. Slow rolling, going to get on over to Gillen at shortstop. On to first, though, in time. To Havlicek is down.
McIntyre
goes McIntyre. There's one down here. Bottom of the first inning is Brooklyn Dybert now coming up to bat for the Lady Bulldogs. Following Dybert, Tatum Montalongo, then Skylar Bedland. Morgan's going to get the sign that she likes. And delivers. Swing, popped up but fouled over to the netting. For strike number 1. 0-1 the count to Dybert. Looks to, for the first hit for the Bulldogs here this evening, bring up the ever-dangerous Montalongo to possibly drive in a run as that pitch in there for strike number 2. It's an 0-2 count to Dybert. Morgan, 0-2. That's way outside the zone. Ball number 1, 1-2 now the count to the first baseman, Brooklyn Dybert. Morgan will get the sign from the dugout. Now will deliver her 1-2. That's once more high and away. There's ball 2. The patience from Dybert not swinging on those pitches even though she was in an 0-2 hole already. So with that, worked her way 2-2 now. The pitch from Morgan. Swung on and singled, but they're going to say that's foul as it just to the right of the bag, foul territory. So we'll stay at 2-2. Thank you again to our premier video sponsor here for today's ball game, Allo Communications. Allo has packages that let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone online at fiberinternet.com. It is now 3-2 following the pitch that was just a smidge outside. So Dybert's worked it back full. Good patience. Now looks to convert. 3-2. That's outside. Ball number 4. And with that, on over to first goes Brooklyn Dybert. And now that brings up Tatum Montalongo. Montalongo playing left field today. Has hit home runs in her previous 5 games. Well, at that point, she's just been on fire. Make it a 6 in her 6th game. We'll have to find out here against Briley Morgan. First pitch in is high and away. Ball number 1 to Montalongo. Not only is she a dynamic pitcher, she's also just a straight-up dynamic hitter. Being able to turn on any pitch in any section of the field as she swings and misses for strike number 1. And yes, you're Briley Morgan, you got to be a little cautious with your pitches in the zone, specifically up high, because that's where Montalongo's favorite spot is. That pitch, though, down low in the dirt. Ball number 2. It's 2-1. Following Montalongo, Skylar Bedlin, and then Caitlin Aiden for the Lady Bulldogs. The pitch. Well, that one just barely squeaked in on the inside part of the plate, right on that line. So now it's 2-2 the count to Montalongo. Morgan has that down low in the dirt. The throw on over to first, though, for the pickoff attempt, not in time as Diber got back. So it's now worked full. 3-2 now from Briley Morgan. The pitch popped up and going right back to the netting, and it's going to go off the netting and fall into the grandstands. So it'll still stay 3-2. Briley Morgan really was tempting the waters with that pitch. Again, high and in the zone, but Montalongo didn't get the full force of the bat on it and popped it out. 3-2 once more. Morgan delivers. That one drilled center field, but that's going to be easily picked up by Malia Hilker. And with that, there's 2 down here in the inning.
Montalongo flies out to center
As
field.
Montalongo flew on out to center. Now here comes Skylar Bedlin. Now up to bat for North Platte. Following Bedlin, Caitlin Aiden, and then Macy Freeze. Brooklyn Diver not over at first, so a runner still on for the Bulldogs. As they look to bounce back, as right now it's a 1-0 advantage for McCook. That pitch, though, outside the pitcher Bedlin. 1-1, a pitcher duel. It's always the funnest part of these matchups, the pitcher-on-pitcher action. Seeing who can get the better of each other. 1-0. That's down low and just outside the zone. Ball 2. It's now 2-0 the count. Dybert hasn't really shown any possible attempts to steal, but ready if she does. That 2-0 is just in there. Strike number 1, right on the outside part of that zone. Just teetering on the edge. So now it's 2-1 the count from Morgan. Here comes now that 2-1. Swing and a miss from Skylar Bedlin. Another pitch to the outside. It's now 2-2 the count. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, McCook leads 1-0 over North Platte. The 2-2. That pitch just outside, down low again. Ball 3. Morgan really working that outside part of the plate, seeing if she can catch one just squeaking in. But now it's a full count, 3-2. That one driven to the right field, but it's going to fall foul. Still going to stay at 3-2. Even though there's 2 outs here in the inning, it does get a little scary for Briley Morgan as Caitlin Aiden is on deck for North Platte. 3-2 again. That's outside ball 4. With that, Bedlin's going to waltz her way on over to first on a walk. And that brings up Caitlin Aiden as we're going to have a courtesy runner coming in. I believe that's Jaylee Comer. It is Jaylee Comer who will be taking over courtesy running for Skylar Bedlin. So Comer at first, and then Brooklyn Dybert at second.
For the Lady Bulldogs, number 2, Jaylee Comer.
Aiden, though, again, just like Montalongo, has that power that you got to be afraid of. But also now on the base pads with Jaylee Comer, also with some speed. Even though we haven't seen Brooklyn Dybert try to attempt to steal in this at-bat, these previous at-bats, doesn't mean that Coach Barner's going to try the double steal, which has been successful this season. That pitch high and outside. Ball number 1 to Aiden. Following Caitlin Aiden, Macy Freeze, and then Lauren Horn for North Platte. Still 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. McCook leads 1-0. Pitch. That one on over to third, easily touched by Bortner, and with that, that'll end the bottom of the first inning. No runs on no hits with 2 left stranded. We come back, that'll be the top of the second inning. Bulldogs trail at the moment 1-0.
Not sure where to find your students' grades? How about events or news about your student's school? Well, at North Platte Public Schools, we have an app for that. Downloading the app is free and easy. Simply visit your app store and search for North Platte School District. Once it's downloaded, you can adjust the settings to meet your needs. Next time you need to know what's on the lunch menu or review the school announcements, remember, we have an app for that. We are NPPS. Come grow with us.
September is Pain Awareness Month, and Westville Small Animal Clinic wants to help you keep your pet pain-free and know the signs to help them. There are a few things you can do. Keep an eye on their behavior, use caution if they are in pain, watch your pet's hygiene and weight, and take your pet to the vet to be evaluated if you think something is wrong. Visit Westville Small Animal Clinic and allow Dr. Counts and Dr. Bundy to guide you in keeping your pet's pain manageable or pain-free. Call Westfield Small Animal Clinic at 534-4480.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back. Everybody here to Dow Hauer as the Bulldogs taking on the Bisons here against each other. Now next up here to back, Brittany Kine be taking swings on the side of the Bisons, following Kine, Mason Keller, and then Abby Johnson.
Number 30, Brittany Kinney.
Kinney takes some swings. She's got some pretty big stature. That's going to go right through the legs. Nutmeg style of Santa McIntyre for a leadoff single from Kine. With that, bringing up here to bat, Layson Keller.
2, Abby Johnson.
So as Layson Keller comes up, but you have a courtesy runner coming in on the side of the So up here to bat again, Layson Keller with Rosalind Weimers on over at first, pinch running for Kine. As Bedlin's pitch in was attempted for a bunt, but that's called strike number 1.
Excuse me, batting the designated hitter number 6, Layson Keller.
So now Weimers on over at first as Keller looks to bunt. Weimers on over to second. The pitch, another bunt coming in, but that's too high. Pitch out on over to first, not going to be in time. Weimers thinking about going to second, but not going to give it a shot as wasn't too far away from Jocelyn Niles, though. Ball number 1 to Keller. Hutchinson trying to hoof it on over to first with Dybert, but Weimers was basically in the way, so she couldn't get a clean reception of it. The 1-1 in to Keller, laid down beautifully that time. On over to first, not going to get the easy out. As Putnam on over at second, lets it fly, unfortunately, right through her glove. And with that, both runners now advance 2 base paths as Weimers on over to third, and then Keller on over to second. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the second. Weimers at third, Keller at second with Abby.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Abby Johnson.
As Abby Johnson will come up to bat. Izzy Renner then on deck with Leah Hilker in the hole. Again, 2 runners on and nobody out for the Bulldogs here in the top of the second inning. McCook threatening to score again. Another bunt being attempted to lay down from Johnson, but pulls it back, but not in time. Strike number 1. 0-1 the count to Johnson. Bedland in yet another precarious situation, but has been able to get out of it pretty easy. I'm not going to say easy, but with great success in the last couple of attempts. That one, another beautifully laid down bunt. They're going to catch in the pickle. Weimers. They're going to throw it home, and they're going to be able to tag her. Are they going to be able to? Oh, they'll not be able to. So we're going to get runner. That's going to be interesting to see what the call is as they tag out Weimers, who was trying to come home. But are they going to call out anybody for runner interferences? Hutchinson tripped up trying to throw it to third, but Weimers got out as she was trying to get home.
Weimers was out on the...
She was forced out over at home plate, but with that, Abby Johnson, who hit a single on that bunt, moves her way over to second.
Up the left over number
so now Izzy Renner comes up to bat. Still 2 runners on. Abby Johnson on over at second. And Keller on over at third. Pop up on over to Macy Freeze. And there's out number 2 just like that.
Renner pops out to the...
So what was, again, looking like a scary situation for North Platte is now kind of slowly turned back into their favor, as now with 2 outs comes Malia Hilker. First pitch from Bedland into Hilker. Slow over to Freeze. Gloves it. On over to first in time to Divert. And with that, another couple of scoring opportunities for the Bisons don't come to fruition. It's still 1-0. Bulldogs up over McCook as they trail 1-0.
Ooh, boy, the summer is flying by at Larry's RV in North Platte. Stop by if you're looking for a new RV or needing parts and accessories. New Bullet travel trailers are arriving, and Rockwell travel trailers and fifth wheels coming soon. A new 2022 Milestone 326 RL fifth wheel is here. A very spacious living room and an island kitchen that has a wine refrigerator. A large bedroom slide extends into the bathroom, and a cozy fireplace in the living room. Tour the new Milestone 326 RL fifth wheel at Larry's RV in North Platte today. Easy financing also available with approved credit.
An indoor practice facility at the Lake Maloney Golf Club is opening in October. Practice your golf game year-round at the Lake Maloney Golf Club. Right now, they have some special savings. An annual pass sale, individual $450, save $15 an hour. And a family package at $650, save $19 an hour. Sign up for a 10-year individual membership at $4,500 and a 10-year family membership at only $6,500. Host a corporate event at $200 an hour. More details, call the clubhouse at 308-532-9998.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to... Excuse me. I gotta remember. Dow Howard, because I was looking out to the infield behind me as as Tatum Montalongo is now warming up, pitching on the side of the Bulldogs, which could spell the end for Skylar Bedland in this ball game, as Macy Freeze is now up to bat against Briley Morgan. Lauren Horn on deck with Jocelyn Niles in the hole as the first pitch in to Niles. Outside, ball number 1. So Tatum Montalongo warming up in the bullpen, so we'll probably see her sometime here in the near future for North Platte. As that pitch is outside, ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Macy Freeze. Playing shortstop yet again. 2-0. Once more, high and away, ball 3 to Freeze. Not a really good pitch, or a series of pitches coming in from Briley Morgan, all high and up in the zone. Away, I say that one clips into the zone down the middle. Strike number 1. 3-1 the count now. Excuse me, 2-1. No, 3-1 the count. I missed a ball on my score sheet. 3-1 the count now to Macy Freeze. That pitch swung on and missed from Freeze, and now it's full count. That one once more really high and out of the zone. Freeze bit on it. And with that, it's now a full count with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning for the Bulldogs. 3-2. That one fouled off the bat of Freeze, so it's still going to stay at 3-2. The Dogs looking to draw blood for the first time on their side, trailing 1-0. That one popped up, but back to the netting again for foul ball. It's still 3-2. Freeze, who had a very, very strong performance in the tournament over the weekend. Looking to continue that here after a couple days. Break! Fouled once more to the netting. Still 3-2, but good for Macy Freeze to continue and just continually foul off pitches. As now Riley Morgan's at 32. No cars parked in the outfield today, so no chances of broken windows, as that one is high and away, ball 4. And with that, Freeze is going to waltz her way on over to first. That brings up Lauren Horn to bat. Has many home runs in her season so far. Looking to do another one here with a runner at first, being Macy Freeze, who is a steal threat for the Lady Bulldogs. Following Horn, Jocelyn Niles, and Evan Hutchinson. As Morgan delivers, there goes Macy Freeze. Got a really good jump. She slides into second with real no threat of a tag. With that, Macy Freeze runs on over to second base with a pretty simple steal. So now there goes a double play chance, and now a runner in scoring position for North Platte. Morgan's pitch into Horn, swung on, driven to the gap in left center. It's going to get down in there. Going on over is Horn. They're going to bring home Macy Freeze, and she's going to waltz her way in for the first runs of the game for the Bulldogs. A beautiful hit from Lauren Horn into right center field, and with that, it's now tied 1-1. Bringing up Jocelyn Niles. Niles also hit a home run on Saturday in the Invitational. Has a runner in scoring position with Lauren Horn at second, so still more scoring opportunities for the Dogs here in the bottom of the second with nobody out. Morgan's pitch swung on and missed by Niles for strike number 1. As the sun is setting right behind us, cooling us down a little bit. It's going to get cold over the next couple of days with lots of rain opportunities and pretty much rain all day tomorrow, so bundle up. Here comes that pitch. That's going to almost hit Jocelyn Niles. Is it hit Jocelyn Niles? That's going to be the question. It looked pretty close. And they are going to say it hits Jocelyn Niles. And with that, she's going to waltz on over to first. It seemed more like a question from the home plate umpire. Did you get hit by that pitch, Niles? Oh, yes, it did get hit. Okay, then walk on over to first base. That's what it looked like there. Is uh-oh. Time. Here comes the McCook head coach. Interested about that one because it was a pretty close call. It looked like with the way it bounced off of the body, or it looked like the way it kind of bounced and ricocheted into the infield. It looked like it hit Niles, and it totally did. So with that, 2 runners are on now and nobody out for Evan Hutchinson. Niles at first, Horn at second. Following Hutchinson, Sienna McIntyre for North Platte. So now here comes the pitch. Way outside. There's ball number 1 to Hutchinson. It's a scary situation now for McCook. As 2 are on and still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. North Platte heating up on offense. The 1-0. Swung on, but fouled back to the netting. There's strike number 1. 1-1 to count. With Sienna McIntyre on deck, and Tatum Montalongo is all warmed up, ready to come in next inning the pitch. She now gets ready to also hit this inning if we make it that far. The 1-1. Oh, that's in there on that top right corner, strike number 2. Good pitch from Briley Morgan. So still 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Horn at second base with Jocelyn Niles at first for North Platte. Here comes the 1-2. That's outside. It's going to be dropped out of the glove of the catcher, Abby Johnson, but no advancements from any Bulldog. So it's still 2-2 now the count. 2 on in second and first. As Morgan delivers 2-2. Turned on, but fouled to the backstop. 2-2. Just tipping it off the top of the bat as it bounced back to the backstop. So still going to stay at 2-2 for Heaven Hutchinson. As here comes the 2-2 again. That off speed in there though, strike 3. And they're down as the first out of the inning. Looking down goes Hutchinson, so that brings up now Sienna McIntyre, who grounded out in her first plate appearance, with runners in scoring position at second and first being Lauren Horn and Jocelyn Niles. Bulldogs tied the game up in this inning. It's now 1-1 as Morgan gets set and delivers. And way to the inside. Ball number 1 to McIntyre, almost hitting Sienna McIntyre. Don't want to be that guy, but if Montalongo up to bat, Brooklyn Dibert up to bat, and Montalongo, there could be a chance for a grand salami. That pitch is just, again, squeaking in on that outside part of the plate. It looks like it's not sneaking in the zone, but home plate umpire says otherwise. So with that, 1-1 now the count to McIntyre in the bottom of the second inning. Morgan's pitch, turned on and fouled to the netting. 1-2 the count now. After getting those 2 runners on, the Bulldogs' offensive push has been slowed to a crawl as Briley Morgan is focused back in. 1-2. Down low, there's ball 2. So 2-2 now the count to the third baseman, Sienna McIntyre, is looking to get on, load the bases, and potentially bring a runner home with Horn at second. Pitch. That one into the gap in right center field. That's going to probably bring both runners home. Coach Barnard's bringing her home. Here comes Jocelyn Niles, and she slides in. 2 runs come across for the Bulldog. An RBI double from Sienna McIntyre. And with that, North Platte takes a resounding lead now, 3-1.
Brooklyn Diver.
Off of the bat of Sienna McIntyre. Again, all 3 of the runs coming off of hits into the gap in right center. And with that, Bulldogs now up 3-1. 47 total pitches for Briley Morgan. But the Bulldogs offense now coming alive. With McIntyre on over at second and Brooklyn Dibert up to bat, who walked in her first plate appearance. She's looking to get on and bring on the ever-dangerous Tatum Montalongo, who's on deck. Here comes the first pitch in from Morgan. That's in there. Strike number 1 down the middle. Three-1 is the lead for North Platte over McCook. And now here comes the pitch from Morgan. That one is way outside there, ball number 1. 1-1 the count. And the pickoff attempt at second, not going to get there in time as McIntyre gets back successfully. It was a pretty close play. McIntyre just sliding in. So now with the 1-1 count into Dibert, Morgan will get the side from the dugout and now deliver. That just, again, on the inside part of the plate this time, finding its way in. So now it's a 1-2 count to the first baseman, Brooklyn Dibert, with Montalongo on deck. Going to probably be pitching next inning for North Platte. As Briley Morgan gets set and ready and delivers 1-2. Well, that's way outside as flying from her catcher position is Abby Johnson to grab it. She does so successfully and keep it from getting to the backstop. So 2-2 the count now. McIntyre at second. Here comes a 2-2 from Morgan. Is turned on, popped up on over to Bortner at third, and she gloves it for out number 2.
Diver pops out to the third baseman.
But now, here comes Tatum Montalongo up to bat. She's 0 for 1 with the fly out to center field in her previous plate appearance, but with an opportunity to bring home Sienna McIntyre and extend this Bulldogs lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Here comes Morgan's first pitch. Swung on and missed from Montalongo. And there's strike number 1 as everyone in the press box taking account of where a car is, putting their bets on which one she'll break this time or bust a window with, as she did on Saturday to a Seward Parrot. 1-1 the count now as that pitch was outside. Ball 1 to Montalongo. As Morgan puts it in. Swung on and missed from Tatum. There's strike number 2. Looking to see she's forcing it. She understands that she's been on a real tear in terms of her hitting. Now it's 1-2 the count to Montalongo with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. The pitch swung on and missed there, strike 3, and that is how the inning will end. And we will now head to the top of the third inning. Bulldogs, though, claim the lead. They now lead 3-1 right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Come on in, we'll roll up our sleeves. There's a lot of work.
Kevin and Greg at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile have over 30 years combined experience in the flooring business. Pick out the carpet or flooring you like and leave the rest to them. They'll take you from, oh my, I need a new floor, to wow, my floor looks awesome.
If you want the job done right, we're ready for you.
You'll love the ending when you start at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile, 501 East Francis, North Platte.
Go Dogs from Swift Auto Center of North Platte as you listen on KWQ North Platte 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to, of course, Dow Howard Family Stadium. It is currently a 3-1 ball game for North Platte over McCook, following a bases clearing at that point double from Sienna McIntyre to bring 2 runs home, as the first baseman, Danica Havlicek, going to come in and bat for the Bisons against Skylar Bedlin, who is still on the mound. As that pitch is down low, ball number 1 to Havlicek, who reached on an error in her first plate appearance, as Bedlin overthrew Brooklyn Dybert to get Havlicek to second. And Montalongo was warming up in the bullpen, so she can't come in at any point in this inning or onward. Bedlin can't seem to get it done. A nice bunt laid down from Havlicek, and with that, she'll get on over to first. Just like with the Bulldogs did against Seward on Saturday, laying down bunt after bunt after bunt, all of which were successful basically in every appearance. Havlicek does the same, and now with that, 1 runner is on the base pad for the Bisons. As up to bat comes Brooklyn Gillen. Bedlin's pitch. She's ready to rock and roll into Gillen. That's in there, strike number 1. Gillen grounded out in her previous plate appearance, and after Gillen, it's going to be Kennedy Walker and Paige Bortner. Bedlin will look towards the dugout and get the sign, and now will deliver her 0-1 in. That's in there, strike number 2. 2 pitches to the outside part of the plate from Bedlin. And now it's 0-2 in favor of Skylar. The payoff 0-2. That's high and away from Bedlin. There's ball number 1 into Gillen. everybody. Thank you again to our premier sponsors here for today. Another Round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. Good times, great food, drinks and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at the Rivers Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them. Now offering Cody Kino as that's foul to the netting. Still going to stay at 1 and 2 to Gillen. Havlicek on over at first. 1-2. That off speed in there. Strike number 3. Down goes Gillen for the first out of the inning. It's a beautiful strikeout looking. And now Kennedy Walker will appear. Walker. So Walker now comes up. She reached on an error last time. She was up to bat as she swings on one and misses pretty badly. So now it's 0-1 to Kennedy Walker. Just like last time, the play at first base was just a little overthrown to Dybert. And with that, Walker made her way all the way to second in her last plate appearance. She tries to lay down a surprise bunt, but gets called for strike number 2. 0-2 is the count to Walker. That one just out of the reach of Macy Freeze. So with that, Kennedy Walter makes her way into first with a single. And with that,
brings up third base.
2 are on.
Paige Bortner.
With 1 out as Paige Bortner will come up. But now it's a scary situation though for McCook. Double play and a force out on any bag except for home is on the cards. Bortner swings on one, pops it up, drifting toward Niles, and right she gloves it, and with a powerful throw, going to get it into Skylar Bedlin to not allow Havlicek at second any opportunity to tag up and run. So now with 2 on and 2 out, that's going to bring up Brittany Kinney. Kinney reached on a single into left field as it nutmegged right through the legs of Sienna McIntyre last time she was up. As time is called and home plate umpire going to make an adjustment or something. Third base coach having a talk with home plate umpire about something. We're here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 3-1 ball game in favor of North Platte. We took the lead in the bottom half of the 2nd. Looking to hold on with 2 runners on and go 2 outs. As Brooklyn Kinney is up to bat against Bedland. As her first pitch is delivered. That one popped up. That's absolutely crushed. Going out to Niles in right field, and she's there to grab it for out number 3. Jocelyn Niles back-to-back flyouts to her side of the field with these. Picks them off. It is now to the bottom of the 3rd. North Platte still leading 3-0.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water? Honey, I think we need a plumber. Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volts, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN Event Center can handle it all. The DNN Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the DNN Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome in here to the bottom of the 3rd inning as Skylar Bedlin up to bat for the side of the Bulldogs. Briley Morgan still on the mound following Bedlin, Caitlin Aiden, and then Macy Freeze. Bulldogs got 3 runs to come across in the bottom of the second. Look to continue to expand their lead here. First pitch into Bedlin. Catching the outside part of the plate again. There's strike number 1. 0-1 the count. As Morgan will get the sign in from the dugout and the 0-1. Popped up. Drifting towards left center field. Onwards comes Hilker, and Hilker will be there to grab it for out number 1. Bedlin flies out to Leah Hilker. So now on comes Caitlin Aiden. Aiden grounded out in her previous plate appearance. Now looking to get a little bit different outcome in her second approach. That's following Aiden, Macy Freeze, and then Lauren Horn. First pitch into Aiden is, wow, that one reaches the upper part of the plate on the outside again for strike number 1. That one looked like it was way out, but it's called in, so it's 0-1 the count. Here comes the next pitch. That one is way down in the dirt, and there's ball number 1, though, to Aiden. No action in the bullpen for either side, so we'll still keep it up with Riley Morgan and Skylar Bedlin at the moment. So Morgan gets set, and the 1-1 into Aiden. That's pitch high and on that right corner in the upper right portion of the zone. There's 1-2 now the count. So now the 1-2 in from Morgan is outside. There's ball number 2 to Aiden. Aiden thought about swinging but pulled back on the check, and now it's 2-2 the count into the DH, or the designated player, my bad. As Morgan gets set in the circle, and now will deliver the 2-2. Way outside the zone, and a whole new area code with that pitch from Morgan. It's now 3-2 the count. Haynes got that power, so she could turn on one if it's late in the middle. Here comes a 3-2 from Morgan. That's outside. Ball 3. With that, Caitlin Haynes going to walk her way on over to first. That brings up Macy Freeze, who reached in a walk in her previous plate appearance. And the one thing I love about Coach is he's not afraid to let Caitlin Hayden try a steal. She's gotten one earlier this year. She'll potentially do the same. Though Macy Freeze walked in her last plate appearance, looking to do the same right here against Riley Morgan. Her first pitch into Freeze is high in the zone, but outside, ball number 1. Thank you again to our other premier sponsors for today, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings on 1510 East 4th Street. Come on down and enjoy the pizza of the month, the daily specials, wings, and more at Dave's Place. Again, 1510 East 4th Street. That at 1-0 pitch squeaks in there for strike number 1. It's a 1-1 count now to Macy Freeze. On the inside part of the plate, that ball fell in. Bulldogs still lead, though, 3-1 over the Bisons. Pitch bluntly down by Macy Freeze at the nice, beautiful one, and she's going to get on over to first in time again. The Bulldogs, who showed they could really create some damage on the offense with the surprise bunt, gets one laid down again, this time by Macy Freeze. And now there are 2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning to bring up Lauren Horn. Horn doubled in her last plate appearance to right center field, and looking to do one again. Aiden at second and Freeze at first. That first pitch is outside. Aiden's going to try to catch one on over to third, but she's going to get easily tagged out as Aiden thought that the ball got further away from Abby Johnson at home plate, but it's tagged out. So now it's a 1-0 count to Horn with Macy Freeze on over at third. As that pitch is outside again. Ball number 2. It's 2-2 the count to Lauren Horn. Following Horn, Jocelyn Niles and Heaven Hutchinson for North Platte. It's Briley Morgan into the circle. She's ready. The 2-0. That one right up the middle. It's going to get right past the outreach glove of Kennedy Walter. Here comes Freeze, and she's going to get there safe. And with that, RBI single from Horn, as she'll advance on over to second following the throw. So with that, Jocelyn Niles will come up to bat. She was hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance. Now has Lauren Horn on over at second base. Ready to continue putting some more runs on here for North Platte. They currently lead by 3-4-1. Morgan's pitch into Niles. Way outside, ball number 1. Dogs offense like a roller coaster so far tonight. Has its ups and downs, but so far is on the upward trend. The 1-0. That's right in there. Strike number 1. 1-1. Following Niles, Heaven Hutchinson, and then Sienna McIntyre for the Bulldogs. With Lauren Horn still on over at second. So here comes Morgan's pitch into Niles. Swung on and fouled to the netting. Strike number 2 to the right fielder. Niles can hit a home run over the weekend, so does have the potential to surprise some outfielders with their power. Well, that off speed is way outside the zone. There's 2-2 the count now to Jocelyn Niles. A hit into the gap or just a single up the middle will bring home Horn. That one swung on and missed for strike number 3, and that is how the bottom of the third will end. One run did come across for the Bulldogs. We now head to the top of the fourth. North Platte leading McCook 4-1.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at daysplacenp.com. DoorDash available too.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey. We are farmers.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to Dowhound Family Stadium. Bulldogs now lead 4-1 over the Bisons coming out of McCook High School. Still up here to pitch Skylar Bedlin for the Dogs. And up to bat, she'll be taking on Layson Keller. As Keller, who's 1 for 1 in a successful bunt last time, looks to start it off strong for the Bisons. As Bedlin again still on the mound, as the Dogs pushed up expecting a bunt. Swing and a miss from Keller. Strike number 1 here, top of the 4th inning. Hey, thank you again to our premier sponsor, Stand Hills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Winnetka, Bassett, Valentine, Harrison, Alliance, Arthur, and Hyannis. Go to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. That bunt attempt from Keller, no good. It's strike number 2. It's an 0-2 count now to Layson Keller, with Abby Johnson on deck and Izzy Renner on in the hole. As Bedlin will get the call from the dugout, looking to strike out Keller with the 0-2. That off speed, oh, just too high. There's ball number 1 to Layson Keller. 1-2 now the count. The lights have come on here. Sky getting a little darker. The 1-2. That one finally swung on and missed from Keller for out number 1. And with that, down she goes. Abby Johnson now coming up 1 for 1 with the single. in her previous plate appearance. Again, Izzy Renner up next with Malia Hilker in the hole. So it's 8-9 in the leadoff batter for the Bisons. Up next, the pitch. Swing and a miss from Abby Johnson, strike number 1. So now with a 4-1 lead, Bulldogs still looking to hold on now. Bedlin's 0-1 pitch into Johnson. That's in there, strike number 2. Outside part of the plate being the favorite spot for strikes today from either side. It's an 0-2 count to Abby Johnson. Now as Skylar Bedlin looks for a second straight strikeout. The pitch. That one, it's going to get over to Mackenzie Putnam on the first. Is it in time? It is in time. And with that, 2 are down here. Putnam slated over to Dybert at first, and there's out number 2 in the inning. As Izzy Renner comes up to bat for the side of McCook. 0-for-1 with a flyout in her first plate appearance on the side of the Bisons. Bulldogs looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 4th. The pitch from Bedland. That off-speed curve, oh man, does not reach in. Oh, it looked like it got in there, but didn't. So there's ball number 1 to Renner from Bedland. As she'll now deliver the 1-0. That one outside again. There's ball 2. It's now a 2-0 count with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning.
Can you turn the lights on? Get left here.
Pitch.
Turn the lights on up.
On over to third. Easy grab from Sienna McIntyre. And with that, that's how the top of the 4th goes down. A quick 1-2-3 inning. We now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs still leading over the Bisons 4-1.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers, families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank. Member FDIC.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks and Keno. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Dow Howard, it is the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs leading against the Bisons. 4-1 is up to bat here. Heaven Hutchinson for North Platte. She's 0-for-1, struck out swinging in her first plate appearance, as that first pitch is outside for ball number 1 to Hutchinson, the catcher. Following Hutchinson, Sienna McIntyre, then Brooklyn Dybertis. Hutchinson turned on one and fouled it back for strike number 1. Then bottom of the 4th, Bulldogs just continuing to just sprinkle on some runs throughout these innings. Hasn't been an absolute downpour as it's been over the weekend. Just elegantly putting some runs across as that one is swung on in. This from Hutchinson. The count now is 1-2 to her. Wind pushing towards the right field side lightly. Just barely, not really enough to affect the ball too much in the field. The 1-2 to Hutchinson. That off-speed high and away. Got away from Morgan for ball number 2. It's now 2-2 the count. Is now Briley Morgan will get the sign and deliver the 2-2. Hutchinson swings and fouls it to the netting. Still staying at 2-2. Nobody out here, bottom of the fourth inning for North Platte, leading 4-1 over McCook. So now, here comes the pitch, 2-2. Once more, foul to the netting. So we'll still, once again, stay at 2-2. Jeff Barner trying to coach through on the swing for Evan Hutchinson. That's what you love coaching from that third base position. Every small detail matters. 2-2 is the count, or excuse me, 2-2 is the count as Morgan delivers it in. That high and away. There's ball 3. It's now 3-2. Working it full now is Evan Hutchinson. As Morgan finally steps in the circle and will deliver full count. That one again fouled back from Evan Hutchinson. And this is really what's been the, I won't say the difference maker, but so strong from Evan Hutchinson today. Yeah, she didn't have a pitch fall her way in her first at-bat. She was able to really work Morgan hard, and she's doing it again right here. Now here comes the full count pitch from Bradley Morgan. That one once more fouled again to the netting. There's another ball, or excuse me, another foul ball. It's now 2 straight. Still staying at 3-2 the count. As Morgan once more gets into the circle, here she goes with the 3-2 pitch. And once more, Evan Hutchinson will foul it off. A real battle we're having here. 10 total pitches in this at-bat. As Hutchinson really wearing down Morgan on this one. Morgan's up to 85 total pitches in this game. As a pitch for Morgan, that's down to the dirt. Ball number 4. And with that, Hutchinson should be walking on over to first, and she is going to walk on over to first. She also lost count of where she was in that at-bat. So with that, Hutchinson with the leadoff walk. We have a courtesy runner coming in. I believe that it is a Fia Hunt. Will be the courtesy runner for the Dogs. Fia Hunt taking over for Evan Hutchinson.
Number 14, Fia Hunt.
As now up to bat comes Sienna McIntyre. Fia Hunt is a steal threat on over at second base. And then McIntyre 1 for 2, a ground out and a double in her last plate appearance for the Dogs. Could help push Hunt on over to second or the third. That first pitch in from Morgan is in the zone for strike number 1. Following McIntyre, Brooklyn Dibert, and then Tatum Montalongo. Again, 87 pitches for Morgan, 50 strikes and 38 balls. She delivers. That's down low and outside the zone. There's the first ball of this at-bat, 1-1. As Hunt still on over at first. McIntyre's in. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, popped up, drifting towards the shortstop Gillen, and it'll be received by Gillen out over at short. And with that, there's one down here in the inning. Down goes McIntyre. That brings up Brooklyn Dibert. She's 0 for 1 with the walk and a fly out in her previous plate appearance, so she's 0 for 1. Thank you again to our premier sponsors for today, CT Computer Services. CT Computer Services has been in business since 2005, supporting dozens of small business networks and hundreds of home computer users. As the bunt from Dibert misses, there's strike number 1. And she's trying to bunt Afia Hunt on over to second. Following Dibert, Tatum Montalongo, and then Skylar Bedland. The pitch. Oh, that just squeaks in. There's strike number 2 on that outside part of the plate. Man, it has been a coin flip on that outside part if it's going to squeak in or squeak out. That time it squeaked in. Now it's an 0-2 count to Dibert with 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch. Check swing, but it's sky high for ball number 1 to Dibert. As now here comes the 1-2 from Briley Morgan, her payoff pitch. That's in there. Strike 3 high in that right corner, and down goes Dybert for strike number 3 and out number 2 of the inning. And that brings up Tatum Montalongo. Not her best offensive performance today. She's 0 for 2, a flyout and struck out swinging in her previous plate appearance. Again, still trying to get another home run. She would have 6 in 6 games. If she gets so, Afia Hunt on over to second. She's there safely at second base.
With the stolen base.
Good play from Afia Hunt, and now the easy out at second is avoided, and that's going to allow Tatum Montalongo to swing freely with 2 down here in the inning. Ball number 1 into Montalongo. It's a 1-0 count. It's now the pitch in from Morgan. Well, that's in there. Strike number 1 down low around the knees. So 1-1 to count to the left fielder / pitcher, Tatum Montalongo. The pitch, 1-1. That almost hits Montalongo. There's ball number 2. 2-1 to count now. As once again, Bulldogs lead 4-1. Morgan's pitch outside the zone. There's ball number 3 to Montalongo as Briley Morgan just skirting around the perimeter trying to see if Montalongo will swing, but she's not doing so. 3-1 now. The pitch. That one fouled, though, straight to the netting. There's strike number 2. It's now 3-2 the count with 2 outs. The full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for the Dogs here in their bottom half of the 4th inning. As Morgan delivers. That one popped up but foul as that goes into the next field. So we'll still stay at 3-2. So Morgan will get the sign from the dugout. Here comes her payoff, 3-2 to Montalongo. That's going to hit Montalongo in the elbow. And with that, she's going to waltz her way on over to first, and that's now 2 on with 2 out here to bring up Skylar Bedlin. She's walked and flew out in her previous plate appearances.
Number 28, Skylar Bedlin.
So the home plate umpire talking with Montalongo, actually talking with the dugout for the Bisons, trying to clarify where that ball hit, and it bounced right off of Montalongo's elbow. So, yeah, that most certainly is a hit by pitch. So now Afia Hunt at second with Montalongo at first to bring on the pitcher, Skylar Bedlin. She's 0 for 2, but looking to turn that around and get a single in to drive a run home. And just increase this lead for North Platte, which is 4-1 at the moment in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch from Morgan. Well, that's high and away. There's ball number 1 to Bedlin. Now we're into 101 pitches for Briley Morgan with no sign of any Bison warming up for relief effort. Here comes the next pitch. Popped up from Bedlin, and that's going to go back, though, to the netting. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Hunt at second and Montalongo at first. So here comes Morgan now with the 1-1 pitch. That off speed in the bottom right corner finds the mark for strike number 2. It's 1-2 to Bedlin. Morgan likes the sign that she's getting and will look to pay off the 1-2. That one slow roller on over to Walter, who'll step on second for the easy out with that. The inning is over. We'll now head to the top of the 5th with the Bulldogs leaving 2 stranded, though they still lead 4-1.
Fall in love with fall cocktails at the Cedar Room. You and your date will learn how to make and sample 2 signature cocktails while enjoying an appetizer for 2. Reservations only. One lucky guest will win a $20 gift card that evening. Pre-purchase your ticket at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room in the beautiful downtown district, North Platte.
It's time for you to be happier in your career, and Nebraska DOT District 6 is the place for you. With amazing state benefits, paid time off, insurance, and retirement, plus a great culture with stability and on-the-job training if needed. Positions currently open in North Platte, Big Springs, Ogallala, Lexington, Mullen, Arthur, Hyannis, Stapleton, and Thedford. Light auto diesel mechanics, construction technicians, maintenance workers, and a traffic data collector. Start your career with Nebraska DOT District 6 by applying online at statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome. I'm gonna pull my mic down, Paxton, you silly goose. Welcome back to Dow Howard. It is currently a 4-1 ball game for the Bulldogs as they now look to continue through these last couple of innings with some strong pitching performances from Skylar Bedland. After giving up that one run in the top of the first inning and have a couple of scary situations in the top of the second, she's really, as per usual, really focused and honed in and has done a spectacular job, just like she has all season, really. She starts off sometimes a little slow and a little not focused in, and so the pitches will be a little too easy for the batters to identify, but as the game goes on, she just gets into her element and into her zone, and so far pitching scoreless since the top of the first. On over to Macy Freeze, that'll get right through her glove for a single here to start the top of the fifth inning for the Bisons. As Hilker will single that right up the middle as Danica Havlicek will come up now. 1 for 2. She reached on an error and then bunted her way on last inning for the Bisons. On over at first is Hilker. Stepping in now, Havlicek. Bedland's ready to go. Another bunt being attempted from Havlicek. But that pitch going to slide in, though. Strike number 1 from Bedland. Following Havlicek, Brooklyn Gillen, and then Kennedy Walter. Here comes now the 0-1 pitch in to Havlicek with the Bulldogs leading 4-1. The pitch. Another bunt laid down, but really easy to dissect it on over to first for out number 1 as Hilker kind of overextended in the second base bag, but able to make her way on over to second. So now with 1 out, here comes Brooklyn Gillen. She's 0 for 2, ground out and struck out looking in her previous 2 plate appearances, but has Hilker on that second on the side of the Bison. Here comes the pitch in from Bedland. And that's going to hit, unfortunately, Gillen in the leg. And with that, 2 are now on.
Gillen saved by the pitch.
As Bedland
brings up the second baseman, number 5.
At 51 total pitches. Struggling with her control here in the top of the 5th inning as she hit Gillen, and now Kennedy Walter checks in. 1 for 2, reach on an error in her first plate appearance, and single in her next one. Slow roller to Macy Freeze, who gloves it on over to first in time. And there's out number 2. Quick bang play on over at first, but Macy Freeze guns it in for out number 2. And now onwards comes Paige Bortner.
Brings up the third baseman.
She's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts in this game. So now Hilker on over at third and Gillen at second. That slow roller is going to be gloved on over to first from McIntyre. Is it in time? It is in time! And that is how the inning is over for the Bisons. Holy moly, again, Bedland looked to be in a scary position, but worked her way out of it. We now head to the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit and no error with 2 left on for the Bisons as we now head again to the bottom of the 5th inning right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Larry's Glass would like to thank all of their valuable customers over the years for voting them #1 in glass replacement. Larry's Glass is a full-service glass company from car windows and storefronts to custom-cut glass, mirrors, and more. If you need glass, Larry's Glass has you covered. They take pride in their work with professional installation and satisfaction guaranteed. Thank you for your patronage over the years and for voting them #1 in glass replacement. Larry's Glass on the corner of 5th and Vine, where they do glass and so much more.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Swift Auto Center.
This is Joe from Swift Auto Center in North Platte. The Dogs play here. KWQ North Platte, 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 5th inning as Caitlin Aiden is up to bat versus Briley Morgan. She's at 104 total pitches, 60 strikes, and 44 balls for Morgan. As Aiden, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk in her 2 appearances, come up to bat as that pitch is outside. Ball #1. And this is where it's going to get tough for the Bison, as essentially Briley Morgan has doubled the pitches of, at this point, Skylar Bedlin, 104, 105 now, to about 51 as Aiden skies that one back over to Morgan. The pitcher, with that, she gloves it for easy out #1. So now Macy Freeze will come up to take some swings for the Bulldogs. She's 1 for 1 with a walk and a successful bunt in her 2 plate appearances. Looking to get on for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th inning as they lead 4-1. Morgan will glance on over at the dugout, and here she goes again. Here comes her first pitch in. That pitch in there, strike #1 to Freeze. Hey, thank you again to our premier sponsors for today, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive. Premier Toyota, let's go places. That pitch is down low. Ball #1 to Macy Freeze. And now here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one popped up. Drifting on over to Keller at right, but onwards and gloving it is Malia Hilker, the center fielder, and there's out #2. Quick 1-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Lauren Horn now.
To the center fielder. Brings up the center fielder, #4, Lauren Horn.
Horn, currently at the moment, she's 2 for 2 with the double and a single. She's on cycle watch, everybody. Got to keep an eye out. Just need a triple and a home run from Lauren Horn to complete the cycle. The first pitch in from Morgan is way outside the zone for ball #1. Even though Briley Morgan has thrown 110 pitches, she's done a really fantastic job of creating pop-out opportunities all over the field, even though right now she's probably extremely tired. Here comes the 1-0. Popped up. Just like that, over to Hilker in center. She'll get under it and glove it for out #3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th. We're going to head to the top of the 6th. Bulldogs still leading, though, 4-1.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Experience is something many can claim, but few can live up to. Larry's Glass has decades of experience, from small window jobs to large industrial businesses. Larry's has the right experience to get the work completed and looking incredible the first time. No more rookies looking at your window and trying to figure out if it's glass or if it's plastic. Larry's Glass has the knowledge, expertise, and experience to handle every type of glass situation. Others say they have it, only Larry's can claim it. Experience. Find it at Larry's Glass in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports. Sports.
Welcome back to Dowhower. It is currently at the moment a Bulldogs lead 4-1 here in the top of the 6th inning as Brittany Kine comes out here to take some swings. She's 1 for 2. A single and a fly out.
The designated hitter, number 30, Brittany Kinney.
As Kinney going to lead off for the Bisons. They're trying to find some sort of offense here late in the game, but Bedlin's just been shutting them down. Check swing, but that off speed slips in for strike number 1 from Skylar Bedlin, who's up to 54 total pitches as Morgan is just doubling her pitch count. So Skylar Bedlin doing an even better job really getting out of these innings with not that many pitches. A foul ball off of Kinney, and now it's 0-2 the count to the designated hitter. Following Kinney, Layson Keller, and then Abby Johnson. As Bedland gets set and delivers. That off speed, oh, just barely outside. There's ball number 1 to Brittany Kinney. And now Bedland trying to get her out on this one. The payoff 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kinney. There's strike out number 1 and strike number 3.
Strikes out for out number 1.
With that brings up Layson Keller.
Layson Keller.
Keller 1 for 2, a successful bunt, and then struck out swinging in her previous plate appearance for the Bison. Bedlin, again, after giving up that 1 run in that scary situation at the top of the 2nd, batting the hatches down is another bunt attempt from Keller. Back to the backstop. There's strike number 1 from the foul. Again, ever since that first inning where Bedlin gave up the 1 run and then had 2 on in the third base, and second in the top of the 2nd, Skylar Bedlin is batting the hatches down and fortified the defenses and has been pretty stellar as that one's going to bounce right off of the fingers and hands of Layson Keller. Oh, that one looked scary, and that one looked like it hurt from Keller. As she went for the bunt and tried to avoid it, it bounced off her bat, was caught by Heaven Hutchinson. But there's out number 2.
Brings up the catcher, number
Ouch.
2, Abby Johnson.
A scary situation, but also a lucky one for the Dogs is it's now 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. That pitch from Bedlin in there, strike number 1, as many people from the Bisons go out to grab some ice for Layson Keller, who took that pitch right to her hand. Is in immense pain right now. So here comes the 0-1. That pitch in there, strike 2 from Bedlin. 0-2. So at the moment, 0-2. Swung on and slow rolled foul down the first base side. 0-2, still the count. Again, the scariest thing when you take a ball right off of your hand is that you broke your hand or a bone. And with the way she reacted, it looked like she took a real nasty bouncer. As everyone is still in the Bison's dugout, huddled up around Layson Keller. Now they got some ice to her. The pitch from Bedlin, high and away. There's ball number 1. 1-2 the count now. To Abby Johnson, who singled and grounded out in her 2 appearances. 1-2. Wow, that is in there. Strike number 3. And with that, that's how the inning will end. We're now going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs leading 4-1.
Mary is trying the new Philly-style Runza sandwich.
You know, Rocky was set in Philadelphia.
Wonder if he ever had a Philly-style Runza sandwich.
Yo, Adrian, I love these green peppers, onions, steak seasoning, and Swiss.
We should go do boxing later.
You haven't seen Rocky, have you?
Not at all.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Dow Howard. We're here in the now bottom of the 6th. Abby Johnson is catching still. Now it's got to figure out who was in the outfield for Layson Keller. So now we're just trying to, I'm trying to dissect who it is. It's looking like at the moment it should be Havlicek. Looks like at the moment, yeah, it is going to be Danica Havlicek will be catching for, actually no, Havlicek's actually still on open.
Okay.
Still trying to find a number on her. Izzy Renner now in the outfield is Jocelyn Niles up. We have
Number 17, Jocelyn
lots of discussions between the umpires and first base coach for the Bulldogs about, I don't even know what's going on. Very deep discussions right now. So there's still discussion going out of, I guess, players who are on the field right now.
Well, Layson Keller was the right fielder. So
Now we're just trying to figure out who is at home. So it's still going to be, looks like Abby Johnson still catching. And then in the outfield at right field where Keller was. Still trying to, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. You know, talking about up here in the booth, talking about bringing the binoculars down. I didn't bring my glasses today, so I can't really see well. That one, though, lifted out to right field and gloved by the second baseman, Kennedy Walter, for out number 1. You know, today probably wasn't the best day to forget your glasses, as I really can't see. Love it. I think out there's number 2. Well, no, that's... Trying to see who is out there. So now, here comes the pitch in from Morgan now into Heaven Hutchinson with 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. So now with a 1-0 pitch and now 2-0 pitch in to Hutchinson. Now 2-0 on the count as Layson Keller looks to be walking her way out of the ballpark and probably down to a local hospital to get a check on her hand, taking a nasty one right on it. So now that pitch in there, strike number 1, so it's 2-1. So now out there in right field is Kennedy Walter. So we'll have a new second baseman.
Okay, who's your second?
On the side of the Bisons. That pitch, though, in strike 2. It's 2-2 count to Hutchinson now with 1 down. The pitch. That pitch in there, strike number 3. And with that, 2 are down here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hutchinson strikes out.
As Sienna McIntyre checks in. Out there is number... Oh, you know, trying... Oh, I think that one out there... It's tough to see who's out there at second. It could potentially be Natalie Roberts, number 15. But now up here comes Sienna McIntyre. 1 for 3. First pitch in for Morgan, strike number 1. 2 down, though, bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs still lead 4-1. As out goes Layson Keller now. Hope the best recovery for her, taking a nasty one off her hand. That pitch, though, high and away. Ball 1, 1-1.
What about second? Second. What number is second base?
As here comes the 1-1. That's way outside the zone. There's ball number 2.
Stop focusing on.
Are you blind?
So 2-1 is the count. All of us up here blind trying to figure out. It wasn't the best to put our visually impaired people up here trying to see anybody in any position. That pitch, though, high and away. There's ball number 3 to McIntyre. She grounded out, doubled, and flew out in her 3 appearances so far. Here comes the pitch. That one slow roller on over to the third to Bortner on to first in time. And with that, that's how the bottom of the 6th ends. We're going to head to the top of the 7th, the last inning here on the side of the Bisons. They trail 4-1.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks and Keno. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another round sports bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to it is top of the 7th inning, last potential inning of work on the side of the Bison. As up comes Izzy Renner. Take potentially her last swing of the night for the Bisons. They trail 4-1 still. Skylar Bedland on the mound.
Izzy Renner.
Still no action in either bullpen, as it'll be Bedland all the way for North Platte. He's done a fantastic job after giving up that 1 run in the top of the 1st. Trending towards our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. You'll have to watch the post-game show, Quick Stop post-game show to find out. Again, Renner 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts in her 2 appearances. Bedland's first pitch in is a slow one that's fouled off of Renner's bat for strike number 1.
Hopefully she won't be batting because hopefully we won't have to run the field again.
So now with a count that's 1-1 into Renner. Now 1-1. Here we go. 1-1 the count. Pitch from Bedland. That's high and tight, but outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Izzy Renner. Lead off here in the top of the 7th inning. Bedland looking to batten it down. 2-1. Little chopper on over to freeze that short on to first, not in time. As Renner's going to get there on the infield single. It was a good play on the side by. It was a good play by Macy Freeze at short. She tried her best to sling it to first in time, couldn't do so. So Renner gets on, and that brings up Malia Hilker, who's 1 for 3. She singled in her last plate appearance. Bedland's pitch is way outside. So with that, there's ball number 1 to Hilker. Bedland will get the sign in from the dugout. And now will look to deliver the 1-0 count. Here it comes. Swung on, but fouled to the netting. There. Strike number 1, 1-1 is the count to the center fielder, Malia Hilker. Following Hilker, Danica Havlicek, and then Brooklyn Gillen. So now Bedland's ready. She steps into the circle. And now here comes the 1-1. That off speed in in there. Strike number 2, but it gets away from Hutchinson. So with that, on over goes Renner to second, but now it's a 1-2 count into Hilker. Nobody out here, top of the 7th. Bulldogs looking to pull away with this victory, still leading 4-1. Pitch, slow roller, that's going to get to Freeze and short. On to first in time, to throw to third. It's going to get away from Sienna McIntyre, but not far enough to advance the runner. We got to hold on a second here. So Hilker is out at first, or we assumed was out at first. Side of McCook talking about if Dybert pulled her foot off the bag. It's going to be an interesting discussion point because nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Original call was out, and she is out at first base, so Hilker will go down.
Hilker grounds out to the shortstop.
So with that, Renner moves over the third and now brings up Danica Havlicek. 1 for 2, an error, a bunt, and then a sacrifice bunt in her 2 plate appearances. Following Havlicek, Brooklyn Gillen, and then Kennedy Walter. With Renner on over at third. 1 down here, top of the 7th. Bulldogs still lead 4-1. Pitch from Bedlin. Off speed is just too high and away. Ball number 1. Thank you again to our premier video sponsor for today, Allo Communications. Allo has packages that let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone online at allofiber.com. Bedlin's pitch. It's way in the dirt. And there's ball number 2 to Havlicek. Bedlin up to 74 pitches, 55 strikes, and 19 balls as she tries to navigate here through the last inning of work. Bulldogs still lead 4-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss from Havlicek as my thigh is cramping up for some reason. That's a tough one. You hate to see that. 2-1 is the count. Oh. It's still cramping. We're just not going to sit down. It just said no sitting down. So 2-1 now. Renner on over at third base. 3-1 now. That pitch gets in. Ball number 3. So Bedlin trying to get this last strike here. Slow roller back to Bedlin. Gloves it. On to first. Not in time. And with that, run will score. Another Havlicek with like a weird like half hit to get on over to first. So now it's a 4-2 lead for the Bulldogs. Again with the weird like semi-hit, semi-bunt that somehow still slowly rolled away from Bedlin. And because of that, Bulldogs now still lead by 2, 4-2 as that pitch is in the dirt. Ball number 1 to Brooklyn Gillen. Still 1 down here in the inning. Bulldogs just trying to eke one out. 4-2. Bedlin been in it all day. Needing 2 more outs. The next pitch in. Swung. And that's going to get over to McIntyre. On to second. And it's dropped by Mackenzie Putnam. What would have been an easy out at second is errored and nobody out at second. So with that,
everybody's safe on the fielder's choice.
So with that now, 2 are on with 1 out as that brings on up to bat Kennedy Walter, who's 1 for 3, and that looks like it could potentially
brings up the right fielder.
And it will be the end for Skylar Bedlin as walking now in is Tatum Montalongo, it looked like from the left field spot. Or it could be just an infield talk. It will just be luckily an infield talk, so with that, Bedlin's still pitching. for the Dogs. Actually, no, it is going to be a pitching change. As out does come Tatum Montalongo. So with that, Bedlin's going to walk on over and out of first to take over. And then Montalongo going to take over pitching. And then going out to left field, I think is going to be Brooklyn Dybert. Yep, Brooklyn Dybert going out to left field. So with that, Montalongo now going to come in with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. At this point, the save.
Okay, so
So, again, Montalongo at this point coming in for the save as Bedlin in that just last inning struggling to get the final couple of outs on the side of the Dogs as they have 2 runners on with 1 out here, top of the 7th. The game, essentially game-winning run, even though the Bulldogs will have a chance to respond at the plate with Walter.
Bedlin moves to first base, and coming to the pitch is Tatum Montalongo.
Montalongo will be facing Kennedy Walker, who's 1 for 3, an error, a single, and a ground out in her 3 plate appearances. 4-2 ball game. Montalongo's first pitch in is swung on, popped up, gloved by Bedlin on over at first, and just like that, there's now 1 more out to go. 2 down here in the top of the 2nd. 1 pitch, 1 out. That brings up Paige Bortner, who's 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out to her name.
27, Paige Bortner.
Montalongo delivers. That's going to get away from Heaven Hutchinson, so with that, both runners will advance. This game just going to get a little more scary. That pitch is high and away for ball number 1. As Hutchinson and Montalongo have a talk. Get it situated back together. Take a breath, get it locked in. Following Bortner, Brittany Kine, and then was Layson Keller, but she's out. So here comes Montalongo now. With her, 1-0. That's high and away, ball 2 from Tatum Montalongo. 2-0 is the count into Bortner. It's getting a little more scary. 2 on and 2 out. A single up the middle will score both runs and tie this ball game. So I knock on wood. Montalongo's 2-0. Swung on and missed from Bortner. Strike number 1 as Montalongo blows it right past her. 4-2 ball game, top of the 7th. Bortner up to bat, she's 0 for 3. 2-1 pitch from Montalongo. Swing and a miss there, strike number 2. Tatum Montalongo again blew it right past Bortner. Here we go, 1 more strike from Tatum Montalongo and this game is over. She gets the sign from the dugout that she likes. Here comes the payoff, 2-2. That one on over to Putnam, on over to first, and that's how the game will end. It got a little hairy in this one, but the Bulldogs pick up the victory in this one as they win this game 4-2 and advance to 21-9 on the season. We'll come back and we'll give you our quick stop post game right here, FM 98.1 AM 1410 and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com. Post.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN Event Center can handle it all. The DNN Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the DNN Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers when ordering 12 or more apparel items. They can customize literally anything, and they are not just an embroidery shop. Promotional items, banners, cups, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out the new owner, Robert, and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Dow Howard. Bulldogs pick up the 4-2 victory over McCook High School Bisons. 4-2, 4 runs, 4 hits, and 4 errors on the side. Excuse me, should be 4 errors on the side of McCook. Bulldogs committed a couple errors of themselves, leaving 6 left stranded compared to 2 runs on 8 hits for McCook High School. Skylar Bedlin picks up the victory with Tatumon Talongo with the save. And that brings us then into our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. Gotta scroll to my stats here. That is going to, of course, be Skylar Bedlin, only giving up 2 runs in her 7 1/3 innings worth of play, and she is our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. When money matters, talk to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman, Ameriprise Financial Advisor in North Platte, Nebraska, about professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. That'll do it here. Hey, I'll see you guys all on Thursday as the Bulldogs will be taking on Hastings in high school volleyball. That's right, first high school home volleyball game. Bulldogs taking on Hastings. We come back right here. We come back on Thursday, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low